Haunted train stations have been around since the invention of the locomotive and they are global. This is true of Japan as well. There is an urban legend about a haunted station known as Kisaragi Station where passengers seemingly disappear without a trace. What is unique about this one is that it somewhat evolved into a web mystery when a woman calling herself Hasumi posted to 2chan. In a thread with at least two other posters, she narrated a tale of getting on the wrong train, never to be seen again. Let's talk about it. The following is the story of Hasumi, a terrified Japanese woman who finds herself on a train that does not seem to go anywhere. Brace yourself, we are in for a wild ride. Hasumi begins her story by saying, "It might just be my imagination, but do you mind if I talk about something?" When the users on the forum respond in the positive, she makes a note that she thought she got on the train she usually does, but something feels off. Her usual train stops continuously along the path to her last stop, but this time it has not stopped at all. She has been traveling for about 20 minutes, and it does not seem like it's going to come to a stop ever. The only other passengers who are on board all seem to be asleep. When she wonders if she got on the express by mistake, 2chan users prompt her to make sure nothing's wrong with the conductor, but she finds she cannot reach him. After this, the train does come to a stop, and despite warnings from the 2chan users, she steps off and finds herself at Kisaragi Station, where the kanji for the location is the same as devil, and notes that it is empty. One 2chan user says, "I did a search for Kisaragi Station, but nothing came up." And hang on, your train's been running for an hour now? Another adds, "I looked for Kisaragi Station as well, but there is nothing here." Hasumi responds, "I think I should go back. I've been looking for a timetable, but I can't find anything. The train is still stopped, so I wonder if it would be safer to just get back on." Well, while I was writing that, I already got back on board. Hasumi decides to leave the station but cannot find a taxi, a public phone, or even a police officer. She tells that she is calling her parents and her father is coming to pick her up. This is when she informs 2chan that she is getting scared. In desperation, she begins following along the tracks and says she can see grassland and mountains, but no city. A few minutes later, Hasumi explains that her father called and told her to call the police, but the law enforcement thought it was a joke. Hasumi then explains that she hears drums and that she is getting even more scared. 2chan tries to tell her that it's probably a local festival, but she is unable to locate its source. She considers heading back to the station, but they tell her not to do that. She then gives her most frightening update yet, writing, "Someone just yelled out from behind me, 'Hey, you can't walk along the railway track, it's dangerous.' I thought it might be the station attendant, so I turned around and about 10 meters away, there was the old guy with one leg. Then he disappeared. I'm so scared I can't move." Some posters criticize her actions while others try to help her, but she gets injured as the sound of drums get closer. She said, "I did my best and I'm somehow in front of the tunnel now. The name says Isanuki. The sound is getting closer, so I'm going to gather up all my courage and try to get through. I'll post again once I get through safely." She does post again and explains that a man was standing at the end of the tunnel and tells her she is in Haina before offering her a ride. Desperate, she accepts the ride despite 2chan telling her not to do it. At first, she says that the driver is pleasant, but as they get closer to a mountain, she explains that he has gotten quieter and begins muttering to himself. 2chan begs her to jump out of the car or call the police, but soon after, she makes her last post. "My battery's about to die. Things are looking strange, so I'm going to try to run the first chance I get. He's been muttering about something I can't understand for a while now. Just so I'm ready when needs be, I'm going to make this my last post for now." Hasumi was never heard from again, but the story of Kisaragi Station and her disappearance has perplexed web sleuths for years now. Was it a hoax? Did a young Japanese woman disappear after an ill-fated train ride? Or is this just another work of fiction from the dark corners of the web? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you are interested in reading a transcription of the original thread, I'll post a link to the website Kawabana where I first found the story. I hope you liked this video. If so, be sure to like, share, and subscribe here at Studio Jake After Dark. Don't forget, you can support me on my locals community. The link is in the description. And don't forget to ask, what happens when you turn out the lights?